Welcome everybody to the second series of the VCS for tonight, the last night of the week. My name is Everyday. With me is Yulwei, and we've got a
That I
better
am.
series this one, I think. Flash taking on VGA. Completely lost my train of thought there. I think VGA is actually a decent team. They're much better than their place in the standings suggests.
Yeah, I just read someone right in our Discord that that one won against the second worst team. And I was like, no,
Yeah.
FTV is by far
No,
the worst
yeah, but
team.
did
in
you
this
see who
league.
sent it?
Let's
why.
not go down. Let's not go there. But VGA has looked decent, honestly, in round two. They haven't been able to get a whole lot of victories, sadly for them. But especially with Hope in the jungle and who's the new top laner again? They play Django top and Hope in the jungle.
Yeah,
And I think that's a very, very nice configuration. It has looked very strong. They need to stop putting PHT top lane on some weird ADCs, though. PHT has been a promising rookie, but his ADC top lane play, well, it hasn't done anything of note. He has inted almost every single game. He's went top lane. He had some Vayne top lane games. He had Kalista top lane games. And every time he went there, he just inted away the game.
Yeah, absolutely. It wasn't ideal. Something I want to bring up. I know we were talking about VGA, but I'm just going to railroad us to something else. Do we finally see Yoshino pick up Fiora?
Yeah, come on, please.
Please, play your Fiora, Yoshino. Get some solo kills. Let's go, son. He hasn't been playing the big carry tops, and what's going on?
It's a little sad. So Yoshino, of course, is our resident Fiora expert. So far, he has not brought her out in this very strong Fiora patch. So maybe they want to not show the cards for players, because of course they are now locked for players. So I guess you could say they want to hide strategies, but honestly, it's not that much of a hidden strategy. We all know, we even all know that Yoshino likes to play Fiora and is very good Fiora. So just play her again. Maybe you can even force a ban in the next few series. That's super valuable. If you have 2-3 stomp performances on Fiora, maybe the enemy team in the first round or second round, most likely, will then say, okay, we can't risk giving our Fiora to him, and even on red side, even on blue side, whatever the side, we need to ban it away. So it would be very valuable for me. So I think, yeah, I would like to see it again.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. Overall, VGA obviously the underdog in this one. Not as big as our first series, despite Flash arguably being better than EVOS. I think VGA is leaps and bounds better than FTV, even though the standings don't reflect that. VGA, once they changed up the few parts of their team that were really bad, they actually looked like a team that could have contested maybe for fourth if they'd had the whole split to do it. Maybe they would have not quite made playoffs. I mean, they could have competed, right? They could have been in the mix. I think they wouldn't have quite made it. I think they would have come fifth or sixth, but I definitely think if they'd had their full lineup, they probably wouldn't be going to relegation.
Yeah, however, I can agree with that.
They are.
So they are still technically not eliminated from making it out of playoffs, because the first game will decide their fate. It's do or die time in every single game now for VGA. They have to win every single game to and have DBL lose almost all their games. They can win one. Or other way around, VGA can lose one and win all the other remaining games. If DBL loses every single game next week, then they would be tied in series. It would be 5 and 9, of course, for both teams. So that's the only way out of relegation zone. It's super unlikely. And if Flash wins today, one game is enough, or two. Actually, they need to win 2 games. So if Flash wins today against VGA, it's over. They are locked in the 2 relegations. That's, of course, the likely scenario. Technically still alive.
Yeah, they technically are, and we are into champion select thick and fast here. We'll have to see what is being picked. Django is up there in the top lane. Chip has apparently vanished, along with Y1. Both of them just stopped existing. So, none surprising to see those two, Django in particular. We know Y1's never coming back. We don't know what happened to Chip. which someone could tell us.
Yeah, indeed. He's not even Y1 was not even on the photo anymore. So yeah. He's sadly is gone. So of course Adonis now has the one of the interesting names for coaches. Ice-T is there, not quite on the level of The Witcher, of course, who's the drafting coach for FTV. He's getting close. And he's today drafting against potentially the worst drafting coach in the VCS, whose name is Serge. So let's see if Serge can improve his drafting, because so far I think Team Flash's biggest detriment has been their draft. So they need to improve on that if they want to have any kind of chance to compete for the title.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Surge's drafts really, really need to improve. If they want to do anything, they have a chance to be the second representative at international tournaments for Vietnam, and they would just get blasted at international tournaments.
Honestly, I wouldn't even count them out for the title contention if they improve their draft dramatically. They are 3-3 against GAM this season. So, I mean, they are definitely not favorite, but if Kati has a good game and doesn't die to DR1 in mid lane, suddenly Team Flash looks like a competitive team against GAM, especially with the last few weeks of GAM being a little bit sketchy. So, honestly, if they improve drafts and maybe Yoshino can play a little bit better, I can still see a minor upset chance for Team Flash against GAM.
Yeah, an outside chance, but it's definitely possible. As the Aphelios is the first pick here, not too surprising. It is obviously super, super high priority. And the instant trade here for MF, do you think it is good enough to leave Aphelios up if you know that you're going to get MF? Because listen, they banned 280 carries.
MF is a very interesting pick because MF is very team dependent. So team dependent not in terms of her comp, which she also is, but the MF priority changes drastically from team to team. We have some teams who like to play MF over everything else. We have some teams who don't touch MF at all because they like to go to Kalista. Honestly, Team Flash, I would have expected them to go to Kalista as well, but they banned Kalista as the last ban, so opened up the trade Aphelios MF, which I still think is fine. Aphelios is getting nerfed more and more. This patch she's still very strong, but MF didn't receive a single nerf in all the time, so she's still in a very strong state. And she's still a lane bully, especially into Aphelios, who has gotten weaker in lane. So I don't mind the pick. I think it's nice to see her again.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you mind this current pick that's being hovered, though?
Yeah, I do.
I kind of make
in this
sense
match,
against Yoshino.
he actually stomps Maokai in lane. So yeah, he can't really kill the Maokai. That's it's very hard to lock him down with no lockdown CC at all. But
Ooh, okay. So they take the worst lane matchup for the better team pick. I kind of like that.
Definitely like that. On over Mordekaiser every day for every team in the world. So yeah, like this one a lot. This is looking like a very strong late game draft for Adonis. They got the famous Aphelios Thresh combination for bot lane safety. They have scaling in top and support already. Not support, ADC of course. What is going on with Volibear priority this week? What the? So many Volibears.
I have no idea.
And there's not even a good dash.
The bear is absolutely back. It stops the lantern, so it is potentially
we actually
counter
saw
to Thresh Aphelios.
It's actually not bad into lantern. Yeah, that's true. I still don't know if that's enough value in just once the single spell to pick the champ up.
I don't think so either. I think there are other ways to counter it.
Questionable.
There is a Skarner ban. That's normally the DNK pick, right? DNK plays a lot of Skarner. He's damn good on it too. DNK's not in this game, so to see that one banned is a bit interesting. Maybe that's a bit of scrim knowledge coming in.
Will they also ban the Zinzao? Yeah, of course. Hope's special pick.
Yeah.
He stomped the enemy with. So that's interesting. Heejin has so many picks up his sleeve. He can't ban out Heejin. Heejin is one of the most diverse champion pools. This could honestly be another AP Shyvana game here for Heejin. He also likes to go for his Nidalee. We have no idea what mid lane and jungle is going to look like. Kati has played some AD champs. So if he goes back to Renekton mid lane or something, I think it opens up the way for AP Shyvana or potentially even Nidalee here. Another option would be Kindred and then AP in the mid lane, or just go back to Sejuani or Trundle. There's still a lot of options here for Team Flash, and I'm interested to see what they want to round their combo out.
Yeah, that would be. It's hard to tell where they're really going to go with this one. Sure. Still very curious about this priority of putting Yoshino on Maokai. He had good games on it. He's definitely good at the champion, but it's such a weird role to give Yoshino on this team.
Yeah, I mean, last time he played the Maokai, he got stomped, right? So, not a lane, of course. He was actually the best-looking player, as you said, but his team got stomped. So, it's interesting how much they now changed their approach to the game. And of course, how could we forget about the Chameleon? She's still here. She's a very strong champion.
She's hard to spot. She's a chameleon.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, if this game ever gets boring, I've got a great story about a chameleon. So remind me to bring that up.
Nice. So we might see the very sparkly lane, Zoe with more sparkles, and then the new skin that everyone uses for Nico has even more sparkles. So it's the sparkles up on sparkles lane. It's great to watch.
It is definitely the Kappa Pride lane, and I'm allowed to say that. As Zoe is the response, as you very much pointed out. They do very different things for their teams. Obviously, Nico is a big part of the engage. Zoe is all about poke, and you actually pointed out something I'd never really thought of, but you're dead right. Once the team fight sort of starts and is going on, you can ignore Zoe. You can't really ignore Nico.
For the most part, yeah.
Definitely can't ignore Nico.
Yeah, but once the engage for Nico is gone, she kind of loses her value as well. She's not a DPS mage either. She has a lot of control compared to Zoe. That's why you want to build. Maokai jungle. Let's go.
Oh my
Let's
god.
go.
Yes.
This is a draw.
Oh my god. I was sitting down because I was like, oh, this game might be a little bit boring, but we got to stand back up. Let's go.
Yeejin bringing another very interesting pick. And I've heard rumors about Maokai Jungle, not so much on competitive, but a lot of people have told me about Maokai Jungle's power right now in solo queue and how he's very much able to scale into the later stages. And look at that last pick Fiora. That's what you want to see from the red side. Kings that are Team Flash. Finally, it's Yoshino Fiora again. And I'm so hyped for that one.
Oh, I'm so keen. Oh, we've got so much to watch here. Yoshino is going into an Ornn. Easy peasy lemon squeezy for him. He's going to get so far ahead. I don't know if he'll get any solo kills because it is an Ornn, but still. This is such a fun team goal from Flash. Flash delivering on the fun side.
So let's just ignore bot side. Bot side is a failures map. We all have seen this so many times. No one cares. Honestly, it's probably 200 games of pro on this matchups right now. So just ignore bot lane. We don't need to look there. It's probably going to be like one gank sometimes for some of the junglers bot lane, but who cares? We want to see the top lane matchup, and of course also the jungle. How will Maokai get through the jungle compared to Rek'Sai?
Slower.
First clear might be a little bit rough, honestly. I think once you get the immolate passive, you can just stand there, and honestly, the creeps will all die for themselves. So you don't really need to do anything anymore. Maokai, he hasn't been a jungler for forever. Of course, he was a very prominent jungler in season 2. I think ever since then, he was never really played jungle. He was, of course, a staple in the meta for top lane for years and years and years, but not really a jungler anymore. So it's very exciting to see him back in the jungle position. I am just a big Maokai fan. He's one of the few tanks I have of level 7 as well. I think he's very enjoyable to play.
I play
and yeah, excited to see what he can bring to the table.
Yeah, me too. But you're talking about the Maokai. How are you talking about Mr. Maokai when we've got Yoshino on Fiora? Fiora, on this patch, remember, we're still on 10.5. We're not on 10.6. We don't have that Death Dance change yet. But this is still the melee item change patch. This could be a book. This is also
this
the current
could be book.
Current place worth more as well.
Yeah, and she's very good at knocking down turret plates. Q is now able to hit the turret plates. There was a change early on in the season, and your E is the guaranteed crit on turrets as well. So it's a lot of damage. Yeah,
it's
attack speed. Yeah, that's true. That too. So you actually get a lot of attack speed. So turrets fall very quickly to Fiora. She might even be the better pusher compared to Camille early on. I think late game Camille still takes the cake because of her bursts and Trinity resets. We have an invade here. Yijin is going in on this Maokai.
We've just gotten inside information. Apparently Maokai is one of his favorite champions, but Hope is definitely not liking it, as he has just been murdered in the jungle, and Flash is off to a cracker of a start. Who would have expected Maokai goes in and murders Rek'Sai at 1 minute and 45 seconds? And we talked about, first clear might be a little bit rough. I think
it's not looking like it's going to be rough here. He got the red buff, and Hope is still level 1. He has no smite available, so he can't even accelerate his level 2. He is clear. He had fumbled the smite. Well, probably. Let's look at this again. So he actually skills W. That's kind of unexpected for Yijin to go level 1 W. So they planned this ahead for quite some time. Aftershock made him super tanky and gave a lot of damage to him. Both smited the camp, but in the end, he got the level 2 spike. Also had the Q to finish the kill with. So this Maokai is now super, super strong. It's going to be a big pain, especially for Aphelios. Aphelios can't deal with Maokai that well. Lockdown, very easy to apply, much easier to land than on. So Maokai, going to be a big menace.
Also, very difficult for VGA to get back to Slater with this Maokai. Because he can just call in the cats, and how do you get on top of that bullet time?
That's actually a very good the protecting tool for Slater. Yeah. I haven't thought of that, but yeah, you can just call in the cats, and then Slater stands on top of the cats and just goes for the bullet time.
There's a question to ask though. Did those cats have eyebrows? Or is it just Yumi?
Who knows? Maybe it's just the world of League where all the cats have eyebrows.
I still can't believe that. I've never noticed it before. But
what about Rengar? We actually need to check Rengar's splash.
Oh yeah, does Rengar have eyebrows? That's really important. Or Nidalee when she transforms.
Something we learned this week.
Yeah,
can't unsee. Yeah, can't ever unsee.
To explain what we're talking about, Yumi has really thick eyebrows, and it makes me uncomfortable. Speaking of uncomfortable, though, Yoshino might be feeling a bit of heat here. He can go for a riposte on the knock-up. There's a good little dash. He's dancing around them. I don't think he's got any chance of escaping, though. He's just wasting so much time. And
Yijin has that right. Nice, let's go.
Turn this one around. Yoshino, I love you so much. He's going to go down, and I don't think there's going to be a trade kill. So close. I thought he was just wasting time, but Yijin was coming.
Yeah, very good attempt for Yoshino. He was dancing around left, and no one had mana on the other side. Of course, the Rek'Sai never has mana, but Jenga also couldn't do anything. He missed all his spells, or rather, Yoshino dodged everything that came in. Yeah. So, very impressive play from Yoshino. In the end, he sadly still goes down, and the kill goes over to On. So,
that's unfortunate.
Yeah. On can go to an early Bramble Vest, which will help a lot in this matchup. So I expect that to come in. And then he should just be able to handshake lane all the time, push out. As we can see, he's still losing trades. These trades are still not great for On.
Ooh,
might actually die. Oh, he's forced to flash.
That's a big deal. That equalizes the flashes and means On is actually very, very gankable now.
And I have to question if Django just was greedy to not build an item here. Because he got the first blood and he has 31 minions killed.
Well,
but no item built so far.
He built a sapphire crystal.
Yeah, but that's not all the gold gone. No. I think he just, after the kill, he didn't go back to build an item. So that cost him his flash. Sometimes the greed can cost you flash. Then, nice little trick, but not quite. Not quite. Any team knew what was going on there. So.
Still, no real harm in trying it out. No. As Yijin is approaching from the alcove, he's not spotted. He'll be in that forward bush. There he is.
Oh.
Can they get onto Vit here? He's
range.
In range.
Yeah, he's in range. There we go.
There's the flip. Can they keep him off the lantern? The volley bear interrupt's already been used, but I don't think it'll matter. And Yijin will definitely get that kill Easy peasy, and that's a big, strong tree.
Yeah, and I know from you probably all know from solo queue the games where you play against a jungler that is just a full tank, and you're like, yeah, okay, it's not too bad if he gets too many kills. And then suddenly the 5-0 Nunu, the 5-0 Sejuani runs at you with 3000 HP, with base damages still higher than everything you have built for yourself. And then you regret your early choices, and also that he underestimated the very strong tank. And this Maokai is scary. Honestly, Hope has no hope of fighting him right now. He will just die. Yeah. He'll just get murdered by the tree.
Absolutely. Speaking of murders by the tree, Yijin is looking for another victim in the mid lane, but PHT will just skedaddle and get out of there pretty easily. Just throws a sapling.
Wow, CBL is here. What is he doing?
CBL, yeah, he's wandered up to the top lane. That is a big, strong, independent bear that don't need no AD.
Very early.
Absolutely, he's gone.
1 minute before Riftfeld even spawns, and both supports on the top side. Even Zin wandered up there.
Yep.
That's fun to see.
Didn't come
both
to
prioritize boots, of course. So, yeah. They can run very fast. They both have went for early boots. We see a little bit of adaptation out of CBL because of course these boots got buffed. But here we go, another nice little catch.
Though. Hope is in a lot of trouble here. Can they get onto PHT? The cats are coming in, but they're very, very slow. He gets hit by them though. I don't think he should have juked back in there. Ooh, and he just manages to survive.
Wait, whoa, why?
Why? PHT, you didn't need to do that. You're not invulnerable while ulting.
I think you forgot about the extra damage from the Akati's W. Oh, okay, that's a pretty big mistake. Yeah, so Cardi pretty much has the same auto attack. Oh, Vit is in trouble. Vit, once again.
A lot of trouble. They're trying to go under tower here, but the Gravitum held the bear back. So they do manage to get out of there. Lucky guns. Yep.
Okay, Yoshino died.
Oh, Yoshino is dead in the top lane. This is going to be a double kill for Django. What the hell happened?
This game is crazy. From start to finish, from pick and ban, even before the game even started, it was crazy already. Wow, the tanks are going off in this game, honestly. Tanks are dominating everywhere. Top lane now 2-0 over Yoshino. We were hyped for Yoshino's Hero, and suddenly he's 20 CS down, 0-2 to an on. So it's not quite the start we wanted to see. But, wow. We're still at a 1.5k gold lead.
We are.
And maybe Yijin can... Oh, wow. Look at Yijin's runes as well.
I mean...
That's a Hex Flash.
That is a Hex Flash.
Hex Flash Maokai.
Love it. I love it. You've got to ask the question, though. Is this just going to be a battle of the tanks?
Seems like it.
Are the noodles a bit al dente, to steal your joke?
I'm still proud of that one.
It was great. It was one of your highest peaks of casting.
So, I mean, Maokai on 3-0 will be very strong in the mid game. As I said before, Aphelios is not a good champ to deal with Maokai, especially when Flash is available. Flash, Twisted Advance, very easy to lock down Aphelios, and then you have Fiora, Nico, of course, to follow up. Even Bullet Time can come in. So, Wit has to play the game of his split to win this one against the Fat Maokai. It's not an easy task.
No, it's not at all. That said, on the other side, Slater on the MF is not the best at killing the Ornn. But here's the Gravitum engage. This is a lot of trouble here for the bot lane for Flash. CBL, bit
Slater's fast. Oh, the
good step there. And CBL will get to the safety of the cats. Hope does get the first kill, but he's going to get traded off in a moment. Slater opens up the time, but he's standing on top of the turret. Not quite good enough there. Had to get away. And here's
Hope is still alive.
Re-engage. How is Hope still alive? As finally there's a death on the side of VGA as PHT goes down. How did Hope not die? He's getting out.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He's still alive. Could actually honestly just stay there and take the crux as his special little dessert. Wow. There was another crazy fight. Another kill over to the Maokai. 4-0 at 10 minutes. Yijin popping off on is one of his favorite champs, apparently. So, wow. Looking at this again. So, focus your eyes on Slayer. He's so fast, even through the exhaust, and dodges this very crucial hook. He would have gone down immediately. CBL not quite able to get away. And Hope, how does he get away? Yijin just stops the chase here.
He realizes
I think the call. Yeah, the call is made to focus on PhD, and PhD with a very bad movement in this fight. He just ran up to them, expected them to chase Hope, I think. So maybe they called that Hope needed a little bit of reinforcement for PhD. But PhD just straight up went into the Nico ult, and Nico didn't disguise, so it was easy to spot.
Yeah.
Not on top of his game
No,
so far, PhD.
PhD with two super just obvious mistakes on this.
Yeah.
That
just
first
died for no
death
reason twice.
Yeah, exactly. He's just not really looking crisp. He needs to improve if they're going to potentially get the win in this game and in the rest of the series. They're pretty far behind already in this one, but it's definitely not over yet. So go ahead.
Go ahead.
After nice. You, my good sir.
I was just a little confused about the build for Yoshino. Usually we want to see first item finished until you go to Trinity Force. Trinity Force is a very common second item on Fiora. He seems to be making the adaptation to go first item Trinity Force, which surprises me a lot, because in this lane matchup, a Blade should be, or even the sustained for Ravenous Hydra should be better. So this is a curious item choice, and Yoshino is our curious item choice guy. He likes to build weird items, so let's see what he has in store for us here.
Yeah, absolutely. It could go anywhere. But let's talk a little bit about... We've kind of touched on it with how tanks work here. But let's not so much focusing on the Aphelios. Look at the rest of VGA. Does anyone else have the scaling to potentially get through the tanky frontline? I think the answers are pretty obvious. No.
No. Who is supposed to kill him here? It's only Vid, and Aphelios is pretty good tank shredder, but he also has to deal with the threat of being killed while he's trying to tank shred. So it's very much dependent on how much acceleration has happened, and this time the tank is very accelerated. So the damage from Aphelios should not be there to knock down the tank until the tank has bought enough time for his team to kill the Aphelios. So right now, even though you said let's not focus on Aphelios, I think it's all about Aphelios. So
yeah, I was hoping maybe we could not talk about Aphelios for 30 seconds in a game of League of Legends for once, but alas.
Nope, that's not going to happen. But at least we get to see Aphelios struggle for once and not kill everyone. So sure. That's a nice fresh breath of air.
So,
this seems to be Varmog's second item for Legion. That is interesting.
I love it. Warmog second. Be a big beefy boy. Be the big tree. I love it.
I'm not the biggest fan, honestly. I think
you don't have a spirit of it. You don't have the spirit of adventure.
I think Spirit Visage is better most of the time, because you get a lot of healing on Maokai, and you want to accelerate the healing. So, yeah, Varmox, I guess, makes sense if you want to go for as much HP as possible, and you have Aftershock to get resistances.
But here we have a bit of a rumble here.
There we go.
Legion is just immediately dead. The Lantern will get Django out, though. But that's a free pick.
It's Hope that is dead, but yeah, the jungler died.
Silly.
Of course.
I'm doing great.
He would not get caught in that situation, of course. Yeah. Especially not on the tree. Even if you got caught in that situation on the tree, you would still be alive by now. So, so far, Hope with absolutely no impact on the game. 1-3-1. Had one nice top lane gank, so I guess a little bit of impact, but other than that, has been outperformed by the tree in the early game. That's not supposed to happen.
Catch. A bit of a catch. This should be a very easy kill onto Slater. And there he goes. The shutdown came in. That's a bit of gold back here for VGA. Looking good.
And Xin is still impressing us as the playmaker of the team. Once again, super decisive, just flashing forward, securing the kill. Maybe the flash was not necessary 100% of the time, but it's still good to see VGA's players being super proactive. And I'm still in love with Xin. I think Xin is such an impressive support player ever since he made the transition. I already liked Xin on GAM as the bot lane player. I think he was very versatile. Maybe not the greatest mechanically. Maybe fell behind a little bit in CS, but who cares? He still played a very good game. He was very nice at communicating. And I just want to see more of him. I think he's one of our best support players, honestly.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much else to say. I just completely agree with you. But to sort of move us on here, we do have this just under two. Oh, sorry, can't read it all. Just under 4k gold lead for Flash. Where is the potential power spike? Potentially around Ornn items that VGA can fight around something. A dragon, maybe a Rift Herald, or a Baron if it's that late. Where is the comeback potential?
Oof. Late game, I guess. Late game 5v5 is the comeback potential. It's right now it's almost I don't think there's a lot of scenarios where they win a fight. They don't have the damage to kill Yijin, and Yijin has a lot of base damages still. He's level 9, so he's now maxed out this Q most likely. Yeah, I think so. So it's just very hard to kill Yijin. Even if you knock him down, even if you poke him. Yeah, but he still has a sap magic and amplified by
They're going to try it, though. Wow. Django is going so aggressive here. You have to use that twisted advance over to the Rift Herald and flash over the wall.
He just lost a flash.
Yijin potentially thinking he was a lot tankier than he really was there.
Yeah, and he made the mistake to auto-attack Django. Django, of course, has Bramble Vest, so he inflicts grievous wounds on himself, auto-attacking the Ornn, but we have a fight once again. CBL squad
will get caught out. The bullet time to give him some cover, but he'll go down. But here comes the Nico ult, immediately kills Django. Zin will go down quickly. Slater has fallen though. PHT and Yijin fighting on the other side. Is this going to be one that VGA can turn around? Vit is full health, and look at all those chakrams. He can absolutely put this on his back.
Yeah, so much damage.
Ooh, be very careful, Cardi. Don't mess with this Aphelios. All the CC has to land.
The chakrams are gone.
The chakrams are gone, but he's just got enough damage regardless, because even with just one chakram, he's still a normal ADC. Aphelios things. Oh, he goes down to the Nico Q though.
Triple Q from Nico on the target. That almost never happens, and that's a lot of damage. But now Cardi has no mana remaining. Can Yoshino turn the fight? Anyway, PhD has to flash away.
PhD's dead.
Oh. PhD is playing one of his worst games in mid lane. We've seen this split.
Yeah,
so many unnecessary mistakes, so many unforced errors, giving over more and more advantages to a Flash, and now Flash at a 7k gold lead. It's looking grim. We might have a very short night every day. You might get to sleep unbelievably.
But I woke up like 2 hours ago. I woke up an hour before broadcast. I can't go back to bed yet. Let's have a look at this replay, though.
So keep your eyes on Vit. How does he make it through the fight unscathed? He escapes, and now he turns on Slater, so he's at the backside. He's still full HP. Yoshino and Cardi don't have enough damage to threaten him. We hope also with a very good job at protecting Vit. And now look at all the chakrams. That is a lot of damage. So they all know about the power. And Yijin, look at how Yijin will get chomped down here by this Aphelios.
Yeah, that's not even with
this is with Aftershock, by the way. This is with Aftershock and without the chakrams. Yeah, that happens if you don't build armor early on. Triple Q, very impressive. And now look at PhD. Why? PhD, why? Don't.
This is just so silly.
And the Q was so bad as well.
He hit a minion with the Q.
That I know.
Atrocious.
He was inside the minion wave when he tried the Q.
Well, this is how that works. Not actually how that
works. Shocking.
Shocking performance. On the top side, though. Oh, we're talking about shocking things, but it was the second dragon picked up, and we are on an ocean rift with Flash in a position to dragon snowball.
Suddenly, VGA is back to only 4k down. So I think this one kill gave them a lot of gold. This might actually... VGA could try to lose the inhibitor here. They're not going to do that. It's a little bit late for that. A little bit risky. 20 minutes in.
I know you love that play of letting an inhib go down so that you can get all the safe harm. There is no team is ever going to do it.
We have seen it twice already this season. You're lying.
Oh.
Hey, yeah. We have seen it twice, I think. One was bot lane inhibitor, one was mid lane inhibitor, where the team definitely backed off before they tried to push for it. So.
Fair enough. I will rescind my teasing then.
Okay, honestly, we are kind of both correct, because you said we have not seen a team letting the inhibitor die. That's technically correct. But we have seen teams being aware of not pushing the inhibitor. Yes. So I'm kind of correct as well. So let's settle this with we are both correct. So
you're such a diplomat. I think in my typical everyday fashion, I'm going to turn around to we're both wrong. Because that means you're wrong.
Okay.
I'll take that.
If that makes you happy, I guess I can take it.
I'm joking, of course. So, Yoshino is looking to push in the bot lane. I do, on that topic, memes aside, I do think you did say it, but I just want to repeat it. It is a little bit too late. Baron is up, and it's a bot lane in here, but you probably don't actually want to do that now. That said, the Baron's not that quick for Flash.
Yeah, indeed. Just wanted to say the same. So, very smart every day here. Honestly, in this game, you could go for that play because enemy team needs a lot of time to set up Baron. They don't have a jungler that can really damage Baron. He can tank forever, but he's not going to deal a lot of damage. Nico is not great at taking Baron. MF is one of the worst ADCs at taking Baron, but hold the thought after Yoshino is caught in the bot lane. PhD on the chase.
Yoshino is very caught here, but nothing's quite landing except the sparkles. Can he get another dash, or will it be too quick? It will. He goes in the
Don't you laugh, Nika, Zoe plays.
Yep, I love where Zoe misses literally everything. Xin trying to use his hook as a way out there, but the twisted advance is good, and that's a double kill up in the top lane. Didn't see Vit go down. But it's a 2-for-1 across the map, and Flash has positioning on Baron. They can just take this.
And after a few minutes, it looked like a shoe-in for Yijin and for MVP. But honestly, this Nico performance is by far the best Nico we have seen so far. This is such an impressive Nico performance. She's everywhere. She's locking down everyone. She's not going down, even though Nico has to put herself into very dangerous position. He dashes
and actually brings Yijin with him. CBL taking a lot of damage, but he'll be okay. Has that Heart of the Storm.
Oh, Yijin.
Yeah, Yijin is absolutely flexing on them with this Maokai mechanics. Going forward, here is the Nico ult, the Flash, to make sure it lands, and that's 2 kills for Flash. Easy peasy stuff. The Gravitum comes out, only hits Yijin, though. That's not really the target. Vit's got a flamethrower, but this is a forest that doesn't care. And absolutely a great dodge. Cardi takes some damage to get the Tangle Barb out, but Flash should be able to successfully retreat and take all the gold they just got to the bank.
Yeah. Never mind.
Slater gets caught a little bit. Yoshino wants to keep this going. Can he find onto PhD? He can. The heal field is up. He jukes back into it to get some help. That'll be a second one onto Xin, and Vit just about gets away from the cat swarm.
Oh. I want Flash to be good. Flash is such an exciting team. I want Flash to be able to compete with Garm because our league would be so interesting for players.
I say, it's against VGA, so this might be a little bit, and it's against PhD playing really badly.
That's fair.
But Party on this Nico looks like he can take on more of a carry role, where previously he's been relegated to just being stable. If he can do that, and actually, we talk about when Flash plays against Garm, Cardi just needs to absorb the Dia pressure. Absorb. If he can get to a point where, I don't think he'll ever beat Dia 1. He'll never be better than Dia 1 this split. Of course not. But if he can just take it to him and put Dia 1 on notice, then yeah, Flash can beat Garm.
Yeah. We've seen it already this season. They are 3-3 in game score, so this makes me very excited. We need to see Flash do this for more than one game, though. They have a very inconsistent team. Of course, they are known for their game 1, Flash game 1 memes, right? So I want to see them cleanly beat VGA 2-0 today, and so far it's looking good. I love the Maokai pick. The Nico has impressed me so much, and Slater's this time taking over the backseat.
Django's just been solo killed by Yoshino.
So it took 25 minutes, but we're finally getting to see a little bit of Yoshino Fiora action. Laney Face was not very impressive, though.
No, not really. This is a very extended replay, but
I'm not sure what card he tried to cleanse there.
Maybe he thought he had Gravitum on him.
Maybe, yeah. I guess so.
Bit of a mistake. It's okay. It didn't really matter.
Let's look at the turnaround here. Yoshino sees the opportunity to go on PhD. PhD very overextended. Yoshino flashes into the backline, gets the W to delay even more. A little bit of TFT Fiora feeling. And there we go to very easy kills once again for Team Flash.
And
they
we
still
come back
haven't
to
secured the
live,
Baron.
We come back to live, and there is an inhib going down, and
Another
engage
fight.
beginning. The Rek'Sai ult was used
Cardi.
to dodge the bear flip. Doing
shield.
very smart there. Cardi is just instantly dead. This is Aphelios charging forward. He's got his Boros combo, the OP guns. Can't find anything
Not
more
for
than that
long
one
though.
kill.
Look at the ammo.
Ooh,
It is.
that's another bubble landing. Yijin gets a little bit caught out here. He's being very smart there. He's actually going to get away as well.
Alive.
Whips a sapling back to help out Slater.
Oh, come on.
No. He stepped back to try and help his ADC and killed himself for it. But now Yoshino's arrived. It's 3 for 3. Will Flash keep going here? I think they will. Yoshino, no, he just wants to steal. I can't blame him. I could go. And, oh no, he's popped the ult. He wants this one. The grand challenge.
Damage.
Look at all the damage from that Vitals. And boom, there it is. Django.
Django, you should run. You should run very quickly.
He can't, though. Can he get over that wall? I think he should be able to get through the gates, but the tower's down, so Yoshino could continue it. But no.
No mana, though.
Pushing. Has that ever stopped Yoshino?
He can't launch, though. that's a little annoying. He's still a very fast Fiora, but his launch is... right now, not really available. He would like to have a blue buff on him, or maybe an Essence Reaver next. He's not building towards that, though. 3,000 gold on him. He could just straight up build an Essence Reaver once he goes. If he takes one more camp or something, he's back in base. That's that. So it's probably going to be...
Bent all of it.
He had his pickaxe. What is pickaxe going to be? Oh, nothing. Okay, he's still on the pickaxe. I was wondering where the pickaxe is going to go. Well, it's not going anywhere. It's just a GA. That actually makes him a very good team fighter. Yoshino has once again been very smart about playing the side lane long enough to get big experience advantage, then grouping with his team in the most crucial moments to also be a team fighter. Usually we say Fiora is trash at team fighting. She can't do it at all. But if you're 2-3 levels ahead, you're still a threat, especially to the back line. And I mean, he's enabled by Yijin, so.
Absolutely. In this team composition, he absolutely can team fight. He pretty much just plays it like the side lane. He just picks someone, 1v1s them, wins it, and walks it in. They do now have Baron, so walking it in becomes a lot easier. 2 inhibs are down.
that animation is so hilarious. What was that? Niku clone for MF. She just runs with the exact same animation, but with 700 movement speed.
But just very fast. Well, speaking of run animations, I can't wait for that Fiddlesticks one.
Oh,
where he's on
Fiddlesticks is so scary. Should be out next week, right?
Yeah, should be, yeah. I still think my favorite comment that's come out of it was someone talking about that run animation where they were like, I'm going to shit myself if that thing comes running all 4s on me, and then a rioter replied with just all 6. I was like, oh no, I don't like it. But the push does continue here. I don't think VGA likes what's going on here as they're in here, but will fall. They've now got 3 inhibs down. This should be Flash actually just walking in to end the game. Yeah, the cats are coming out. The towers are falling. Redemption being used to get something done here for VGA. But with one Nexus tower down, the other one on almost nothing. They just need the minions to roll up to tank. And I don't think there's anything VGA can do. Carti getting a little bit low, but it doesn't matter because Django's getting even lower. Here is the Nico ult, actually completely whiffs. But it doesn't matter. Ooh, Yoshino goes down to the fountain laser. But GG!
Sub 30 minutes.
Game 1 in 29.5 minutes. That was a damn quick one.
And what an impressive performance. I am blown away. This was Flash how I wanted to see them play from the start. Yoshino laning phase was a little bit rough, but afterward, just great performance from all 5 members. CBL had a little bit of a quieter game, but you didn't need to be flashy here. They had enough flashy members on the side. And even Slater took a little bit of backseat role for like 80% of the game. Then the late game, he had all his items, and he wanted to have a little bit of the action too. He wanted to have a bite of the cake, and definitely delivered. The last few team fights, a lot of damage, very good bullet times, and very good Qs as well to get all the kills there.
Yeah, it's not easy to pick an MVP here. It's hard. Yeah. There's two candidates, I think, really, being Yijin and Carti.
Yeah, I think for me, I actually think it's Carti for me. I love the Maokai pick. I like how he played it in the early game, but honestly, his late game impact was not the greatest. I think his team fighting was solid, but not outstanding. He was sometimes a little too aggressive. He died to the turret for no reason at the end. Kati had so many great roams, so many great positionings, a lot of damage as well. We don't actually see the damage numbers, sadly, but it has to be up there. So I think for me, it's Kati.
Yep, and I'll agree with you for sure. We'll lock that one in, and we will go to a little bit of a break, about 5 minutes, to see if Flash will close it out and give us a very, very fast night of VCS tonight, or if we will get a 5th game, which I'd prefer. I like more League. And will VGA take game 2 and send us there? I don't know. Game 1 looked pretty damn rough, but who knows? Flash, it's Flash.
Flash back in form.
Yeah, absolutely. Flash won a game 1. That's terrifying. We'll find out very soon.
If you want to meet some other Flash fans, scroll down and press the button on the Discord. There are some very some very avid Flash fans. They like the team a lot. We also have some Hope fans and some fans for VGA. Shout out to Side, who of course has a lot of hope for his team. Sadly,
that man, he's a masochist at this point with his support of VGA. A little bit, but
yeah, join Side and have fun with us.
Absolutely,
check it out.
Absolutely. We'll find out who will take this series in it just a little bit. See you guys then. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone, for Game 2 of Flash taking on VGA. Game 1 was definitely an interesting one. A little bit more back and forth than it really needed to be in the end, but it was still a very dominant win for Flash. What do you think, Yulwei? Is it just 2-0, or is there a route back here for VGA?
I think the 2-0 is likely, but I want to comment on something here. Do you think we should be scared that our MVPs are more and more aligned with what the official broadcast is picking?
Look,
there's something going on here.
I'd like to think they're trying to be more like us. Because, I mean, to be fair, they still had an egregious MVP in the first series. Game 1, part 1, getting MVP was a sinful pick. But it's a bit worrying. But hey, maybe it just means we're all starting to agree. We're all becoming like each other. Right? Make us official, right?
So, VGA, what can they do to come back? Maybe ban the Maokai? It would actually be hilarious. Ban the jungle Maokai after he stomped you. I want to see more interesting Legion picks. Maybe there's something more in store for us. What else? We're not on 10-6. 10-6, I think on 10-6, if there's a game that doesn't matter, you can show us the female like equivalent to Maokai and go with Zyra jungle and show us the power of plants from a mage this time. I'm telling you once again, if you don't believe me, go test it in the practice tour or something. Zyra jungle is unbelievably easy to get through the jungle. So you are actually full HP after the full clear, even without a pull. So go for her. She's a great champion.
Absolutely.
But here we go.
Switch over to Champion Select. Here we go.
So, what can we see for Adonis? I think PHT needs to change his champion. His Zoe was atrocious. Maybe his worst performance the whole split. Maybe his worst performance, at least in mid lane, because he had some egregiously bad ones in top lane already, with Kalista, with Wayne, of course. So, PHT needs to step up. He's a little bit of an enigma to me, because sometimes he looks like a super promising rookie, like very good player. And then other times he's just inting and chain feeding. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure about him. I think he is kind of exited my list of my roster of names of Rookie of the Split candidates. Yeah, I think he's not on there anymore.
Well gone, I think. So far the Maokai is still available.
First pick Maokai.
First pick Maokai for the jungle. Here we go.
Triple flex. Quadra flex even. Oh no, you quintuple flex. You can play Maokai bot lane if you have a Senna. So it's actually the perfect champion. You can flex it in every single position.
That said, the Senna is actually something to consider. In the first game, we saw the Kalista ban.
It's not a Slater champ though.
It's not, but it could be a Vit champ, right? The Senna could happen. As it was banned, I think it was banned out, or maybe did it get through last? There was a lot of AD carry bans. Kalista, for example, was removed.
Lucian as well.
Yeah,
Lucian is once again.
Yeah, Lucian is a PHT ban, and there's the Callista first pick. She was left open this time.
Makes
And
a lot
bang,
of sense.
locked straight in for Slater. He's great on the pick.
Slater or Yoshino? Who knows?
Ooh, I'd love it to be Yoshino.
Oh,
I would love
we're
it.
zooming in.
Ooh, here we
What's going
go.
Well, I mean, I like the screen, to be honest. They've stepped up their design game. I love it. It actually looks very clean, in my opinion. I like this color scheme and all the lines.
I like the color scheme. 100% sure what we're looking at the moment. Reborn?
Reborn. What do you think of the Reborn design? Do you like the weird E and the wrong direction?
Not really. It's not.
Yeah,
not
same
really
here.
As we're just back. Oh, okay. Things are breaking.
So Paris and Sejuani, very solid backline, front to back team fighting setup already with the first 2 picks for Adonis. They want to run on this combo with a little bit more engagement from the top lane. They could also go carry top and a little bit of utility in the mid lane. Nico could be an option. Once again, Volibear. I guess CBL is now a Volibear abuser. I guess he's played too much solo queue, so he's now full on the Volibear train. This time around, of course, Volibear with Callista is much more of a set combo than Volibear alongside MF. That honestly was a little strange.
Yeah. Hey, I mean,
he made it work.
CBL stands for Cool Bear Lover.
There we go.
Yeah. So he just wants to pick the bear all the time. That makes sense, right? And Olaf will be the jungle pick. This is a very obvious what this Team Flash comp wants to do so far. They want to go, go, go.
Oh yeah, the bot lane is so scary to play for Adonis. Look at that. Tom Kench is probably a good adaptation to stay alive. It's Braum. Braum can be very tanky. But it's still Callista with the reset on Volibear. Volibear with the passive to tank an extra turret to 2. Ooh, this is looking like bot lane dice. I want to see. Yeah, I want to see a top laner that can facilitate dives as well. Maybe something like a Kled. And can Yoshino challenge in a Kiaya and learn from his former teammate to also embed to his champion pool?
Kled with this comp would be filthy.
Yeah.
Absolutely disgusting.
And then we need Sivir in the mid lane for even more movement speed. Just run at them. Run at them all the time.
So they can come from crazy angles.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Hey, Bard was played top lane.
Yeah, Bard
was played top lane yesterday. So I guess it's a viable choice. G2 won with it. So fair enough.
G2's won with a lot of things.
They also played against Teemo. So, I mean.
Yeah. But what will Adonis be picking up here? Sorry, they're just going to be banning. The overlay breaking has thrown me a little bit. But the Nico removed from Cardi. That's a shame. He had a really good performance on the Nico.
So, yeah, we need to see something different from Cardi. Nico was great for him. I understand the ban, for sure. Adonis might want to show top lane here to be able to counterpick mid lane. I don't think you want to counterpick for Django most of the time, so just lock in something like Ornn here, and then have your options open even with the flex pick on Ornn.
Yep. Surprise me.
They are struggling to decide, and there we go. Ornn locked in for Adonis.
Don't you look smart? As there it is. Will they answer it back with, we need to... This will be where we find out where that Callista's going. I assume it's going to Slater, but it could definitely be Yoshino. He does play range top laners. He is in a matchup. I mean, they've now seen the Ornn, right? So they could even more want to put that Callista top.
Yeah, but I think you want to have the set combo in the bot lane with Ornn. Volibear, Callista, of course. Top lane, what? I mean, they could just go Fiora again, honestly.
Yeah, definitely could.
Cannon would be nice for team fighting. Maokai could, they could just go Maokai again for team fighting as well. Cannon or Maokai would be my team fighting choices. There we go. Very nice suggestion. And Yoshino is on the hype train. Maybe, wait, we might actually see Olaf top lane and Maokai jungle.
That is a possibility here. This is a very flexible team from Flash. A lot of potential shenanigans that could go on here. I think we'll get the most obvious set, but I would love to see something a little bit silly coming out. That would be very fun. As Aatrox rounding it out, so that does suggest the Ornn mid.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. I like the Ornn. R4 Ornn is nice because you can flex and adapt the team composition between the two lanes. Aatrox mid lane right now hovered, but of course PhD could have also just go top lane again. Oh, there we go. Jenga on the Aatrox, PhD on the Ornn. I like this adaptation. Just put PhD on something he can't end with. So in the last few games, it has been a little bit rough for him. So maybe a good change where he just has to step back a bit, let Django, Hope, and Vid carry, maybe Zin even. Not make the game impossible to play for his teammates.
Yeah, that'd be great. I think his teammates would definitely thank him if he can just not int, so that they at least have a chance to play out a mid game. Because for the last few games, as you said, it really hasn't. They haven't had a competitive mid game. It's just all been decided by early.
This is the very last chance for Adonis to get to playoffs. Not to playoffs, of course, out of relegation zone. Yeah. If they lose this game, they are out. They can't lose a single game anymore. It's still mathematically possible to get out of relegation zone. For that to happen, they need to go 6-0 in the next 6 games, because they still have 3 series to win, of course, including this one. And they need DBL to go 0-4 as well. That is the only scenario which they could avoid relegation. So it's one game. If they lose another game, VGA season is done, and then they can focus on a little bit more fun picks maybe in the last week. So let's see if they stay alive or if Flash knocks them down to relegation.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, and there's just a little bit of a delay to getting in here. So what do you think of their team comp overall? We liked the Ornn mid because it gives PhD something super safe. We are apparently going forward here. Never mind. What do you think of the VGA comp? Is this a comp that they can get this win on? Or
I'm scared for them because they have low damage, honestly. Especially if Yoshino wins against the Aatrox on the top lane. Aatrox will fall behind and they will lack damage. They have no damage in jungle, no damage in mid lane. Damage is on ADC and top lane, so actually a very a Flash thing to do, to have your ADC and your top laner be the stars. But it's scary. Vid needs to get really far ahead, and I like his adaptation here, something I've not seen before. He's challenging Slater on this pick and goes Hail of Blades into Hail of Blades, Varus with Hail of Blades. That is
interesting.
A cool adaptation, yeah. I think it makes a lot of sense. Slater starting with the drink with... It's just to get very quick trades against the Hail of Blades on the other side. So
doesn't it cut his damage quite badly in the mid game, though?
That it does.
When they really need him to deal damage. I think it's definitely got trade-offs, and it could allow him, as you were getting at, I'm sure, to get ahead in this bot lane where he shouldn't really be able to get ahead. But I think it's dangerous to limit his upwards limits of what damage he can do.
Yeah, Hail of Blades can still be a good mid-game rune as well. You get a lot of attack speed out of that one. Extended fights, Lethal Tempo is definitely better. It's going for much longer than Hail of Blades. Hail of Blades is only for 3 auto attacks, right? So it's much more for burst combos. So Hail of Blades Varus might actually want to look into lethality to just get 3 quick auto attacks off and then go for burst with a spell, because that's the strongest possible combo, of course, with the 3 stacks of whatever it's called, the corruption or something.
I think that would be a disastrous decision, though, to go lethality in this game when you need to be your team's consistent damage threat. That seems like a really, really bad decision.
Yeah. I think if he gets far ahead, he could go for it, but I agree. He kind of needs to be the DPS tool here. And he will have a very hard time in the late game against Syndra, against Volibear, against Maokai. How is he ever going to get away? He has 1 Braum to protect him. Everything else is more looking at diving the enemy team comp. So, well, this might just be another game where Vid is the main carry for VGA and not strong enough and not protected enough to really make the carrying work. I am not in love with all these single threat compositions. I personally think single threat compositions are outdated in 2020. I think they're not very good. There's too much damage, too much dive, and too much CC right now in the game for the single threat composition to really work out. You need to build everything around him. You need something like a Lulu, you need something like a Karma, you need good protection from tanks to really make it work. And then Varus would not be my champion of choice. I would go Aphelios, Jinx, or maybe Kog'Maw if you really want to build that. But here we go, first clash of the game.
Absolutely. Yijin's found a level 3 Hope. Hope gets over into the Herald pit, but he's now spotted. Django is first on the roam here. I think he's going to look for an execute.
And we have another gank in the top lane in the meantime.
They've just turned this to a gank. They've just said, okay, well, we know where your jungler is. He's not coming to save you, Django. And that should be the easy kill. First blood secured for Yijin.
He's still on the run.
Hope is still on the run. Should be able to get away now with that charge over the wall. Interesting stuff. But Flash gets the first blood.
Yeah, worked out for Flash nicely. They missed the kill on Hope. And of course, Yijin was hungry for the double buff reset, but in the end he still gets the kill in the top lane, so gets going on the Olaf very early on. Is level 4 to level 3 of Hope, and Hope had no time. This is actually very bad for Hope if you look at the jungle pathing, because of course while Yijin invested time in the top lane to get the kill, usually you would have time to farm your jungle, but instead he was just running away, so he actually wasted all of that time. So in the end Yijin got even more experience even without farming. We might look at it something like a 2-level lead soon for Yijin, because he's already up 16 CS. So, wow, this jungle matchup is not going great.
No, this is a bad situation. Yijin getting off to his second very good start of the series. Hope needs to find a way back into this one. He's been pretty good as a jungler since he came in. He's definitely not a world beater, but he's been good. But Yijin, I mean, this is the man we've been saying, and maybe the last week or so makes us a little bit reconsider it, but potentially having a better split than Levi.
Yeah, I still stand by that.
I stand by it. It's getting much closer in the last few weeks.
It's getting closer, and Levi has had more pop-off games, but I think Yijin is more consistent, but we might see him die here.
Potentially a fight, as this is the teleport coming in. Yijin has been tagged up here by the Braum Q. Oh, PHT really stuffing his charge there. Not good at all. Yijin might be the sacrificial lamb, but no, a good flash over the wall. CBL will be the sacrificial bear. A dragon for a kill. VGA will take that, I think.
What is going on with PHT?
I have no idea. Not playing well.
He's shockingly bad today. What was that E? Just straight up into a wall that was 1 centimeter away. Yeah, okay, nice. Results-based analysis coming in strong.
Sometimes I have to rep my Twitch chat, boys. No, you are right, though. Yeah, his mechanics have been atrocious.
Yeah, and not even just his mechanics, just the knowledge on the champs, what to do.
This isn't good at all here for VGA. If they were trying to get tower play, the cats have been called. The axe.
The flash! Wow,
they're just going straight for this. This is a 2v3, but they're winning it out at the start. PHT's
coming there.
Long range Ornhorn.
Nice.
There it is. That one was pretty good, but Slater's now arrived. Should be a 1-for-1. They're going to try and continue it. CBL wants on the party. Has PHT. Can they find it? Slater is hopping forward, and that's another Ren. That's a double kill for Kalista.
Yeah.
Okay.
My quality, sadly, is once again went to 144. That's not really watchable. So
shockingly enough.
For that, it should be back to good quality now. 2 kills for Kalista. She was very aggressive there, flashed forward. So maybe there's an opportunity to punish her now on lane. But Flash, after starting a little bit of a weird fight here, gets all the payoff on 3 assists over to Maokai. Maokai lost plates on the top lane, though. That's only 1 right now, but might lose another one with this push. So Aatrox at least, and yeah, he's fine with this outcome. He's 20 CS ahead now. And Yijin, very crucially here, misses the first axe. I think if this axe landed, Vid would have just died very, very quickly.
Absolutely.
Instead, Maokai needs to flash. Everyone gets stunned, and Maokai is still pretty tanky boy with PHT. Gets the drop on Yijin. Maokai is still alive, by the way. He's actually not under threat. And look at Slater flashing forward here on Xin. Very nicely done. And he has the chase Q, E, auto text E to execute. So Slater gets another kill. Now double kill for Slater. This might be another Slater show game. Another interesting thing and another exciting thing about Flash is from how many positions they can actually carry. Top lane, jungle, maybe even mid lane now, and of course ADC.
Yeah, they're one of the teams with... They've probably got the most ways they can play out a game, even including Garm. Garm, we haven't seen them carry through the bot lane yet, really. It's mostly just been the mid lane. Kiaya every now and then having pop-off games, but I would still say most of the time Garm just has DR1 carry. Sometimes I don't even think that's on purpose, to be fair. I think they don't put any resources into DR1 early, and then he gets random solo kills and carries anyway. So
yeah, indeed.
Maybe we're just judging Garm based off things they can't control. And it's positive things, so who cares? But let's have a look at this replay up the top here. This actually, did we see this?
No, I don't think so. So did Django get the kill here?
No, he goes down. Okay.
Wow. Yijin.
Good job, Django.
Yeah, Olaf thinks. Well,
fair,
you don't really expect to lose the 1v1, honestly. Yeah, that's true. He missed everything, and you don't really expect to lose the 1v1 against the enemy jungler. A very clutch level 6 level up for Yijin, so you could just press his ult and avoid all the CC that would have landed if Django hit anything. So, in the end,
hitting the ult was actually a negative, because he just lost armor and MR.
You actually lose something there.
But he didn't know that.
Yeah, he still gets... he is actually so far ahead in CS. Look at that. He's level 7 now to level 5 of Hope. So they expect... Oh, level 8. He just ticked over to H. So it's actually
dirty.
3-leveling.
That's really bad.
Hope can never get close to him. And this is actually the first game where he's really exposed as a jungler. He is not a real pro player anymore. He's more of the emergency sub coming in. He was the coach, of course.
Speaking of emergencies, this might be Hope getting caught in one.
Good call.
Really good Ragnarok there to get Yijin through the ult, and that's a double kill. 4-1 Olaf. Well, Flash. They're here.
Yeah, Yijin is angry. He got dropped last game. He didn't get the MVP because Kati outperformed him. This game is all about Yijin. Yijin is everywhere. 4-0, Olaf 77 CS to the 43 of the enemy jungler. He is more CS than his top laner. He's a higher level soon than his top laner. So Yijin is showing us why we consider him to be the best jungler right now in the VCS.
And the mid lane tower going down as well to that Rift Herald.
He has so much gold. Oh my god.
He is absolutely blinging it. Maybe he can afford a shirt.
I don't think he wants to.
To be fair, if I looked like that, I probably wouldn't wear a shirt very often.
Yeah.
If I was that shredded, I would not be investing in shirts. So, all power to you, Olaf. But he can afford a hell of a lot of other things. Some new weapons.
He should reset now, though. He's not reset for a long time.
A little bit, a little greedy there. Yeah. That's a big shutdown to give over. Could be potentially a bit bad. CBL does get away. That was greedy. They'll lose a dragon as well off that. That was a big mistake there by Yijin. Just as we sing his praises.
Yeah, absolutely. He should have reset there. Had so much gold. Look at his itemization. It's almost a Black Cleaver, straight up. So... that's a big mistake. And giving over the kill to Vit is the best possible target, of course, for VGA. So that is really not a great turn of events. They also lose the dragon. It was only an Ocean Drake, so who cares really? But they lose the Dragon Snowball opportunity. So no 22-minute Dragon Soul this time for Flash. They can be a little bit sad, and they can blame their jungler. So can Yijin redeem himself and go back to MVP status?
Eventually. We'll have to find out. So, just a quick check-in up in the top lane. We haven't been talking too much about Mr. Yoshino, something very rare for our stream. Normally, we always find a way to talk about him. He is a little bit behind in CS, but it's Maokai. I don't think it's that much of an issue at all. He'll still tank up, and who is going to kill him this game? Who's the tank shredder?
Yeah, I mean,
Vit.
Potentially.
Speaking of getting shredded, Jang. Oh no! They miscalculated their damage. He
lives. That is so close. Oh man. Kati.
What a shame.
You can't blame Kati for that one. That is just super unlucky.
Game of inches for sure. That's a real shame.
So you might want to stop for 1 second. I think
yeah.
I'm about 1 second behind you, so we can be in better sync. And my reactions are not quite as outdated anymore.
Sure. And the cats have been called. They're going to redeem
the Han
themselves.
Shinshin is real.
I don't think they're going to miss it that time. He didn't die the first time. It's not the true Shinshin. Just
that's
the
true.
Shinshin.
That's true. We just teleported. Yeah.
But he is very,
Is
very
that the
dead.
Han or the Shinshin? I think it's the Han, right? The Shinshin is more if you teleport back and don't die again, or I'm not sure.
Who knows? We'll just call it the salty NA streamer. As PhD clears a wave in the mid lane, but that is the top lane tower going down for Flash. Now it's 2 structures, 2-0, a 4k gold lead. Slater's going forward here. They don't want to stop at all. CBL gets immediately stopped.
He missed the knockup.
That's not good at all, but here is Yoshino. It's 1-for-1 so far, but there's no real damage sources left. Can Slater hop away enough, or will he actually get found here by Zin? Oh, they're doing their best. He needs to hit something. PhD's here. Does he have the Ornhorn? He doesn't. So Slater still has the opportunity to outplay this. But the instant spellbook ignite should be able to take him down. There it is. Hope will fall, though. Karti now has gone in from the wrong side of this. He goes down. Yoshino with it all to do. He's a tree on a mission. Can he find any roots delay? And we go up to the top lane because it never stops here in the VCS as Django is hit by the undertow and pulled down to the depths.
Honestly, we talked about a little bit about the potential top lane Olaf, and considering how much he's into the top lane, so looking the enemy top laner, you could actually say this is top lane Olaf.
This was smart. Oh. It didn't go so well in the bot lane, though.
No. They entered all a bit.
Came out ahead in the bot lane.
Karti was not having the greatest amount of impact there. He arrived and just immediately went down again because PhD has so much MR, so he doesn't actually get hurt by Karti at all. Also, CBL with a really big mistake on his new favorite champ, the Bully Bear. He just, first he completely missed his jump in from Fate's Call. He just didn't land the knockup. That should be easy to land. Then he also didn't do anything afterwards. So
I think he got a bit confused once the first knockup missed. We might have a bit of a fight here, but look at 1E onto Hope doing so much damage. This is gross. There's the Herald being taken. Yijin will dash back in and get the eye. CBL will go down. Yijin is in the middle of nowhere as well. This is 2 kills here for the second Rift Herald. That's a good trade.
Yeah, absolutely. And both kills once again over to Vid. So Vid is now in a good position to carry this game for VGA.
Karti, be careful.
No vision on either side.
Why is that?
Karti very patient.
Wasn't getting him.
There's
the Sejuani ult to zone him out, and he flashes immediately.
Good dodge, though.
Very well done.
Yeah, nice dodge for Karti. Avoided the initial impact there, didn't get stunned, and then he still had to flash. He tried to avoid flashing because he could have just flashed away from the initial hit, of course, right? So very confident play to not go for the flash and to rely on your movement and mechanics to outplay the enemy Sejuani, which he did, and then he still had to flash, so a little bit sad to see. Flash is still 4K gold ahead, and they are still looking like the much stronger team, especially if you look at top side. 2-0-4 Maokai, once again super fit, and then also a 5-3-2 level 11 Olaf. So yeah, looking scary over there.
Yeah, looking very, very scary as Yijin will move down to claim the first of the now dominant Drakes. PhD
highest level in the game for Yijin.
That's pretty insane.
Oh no, Yoshino.
Equal.
Yoshino
is higher. As there is the dragon secured. Ragnarok used as the cats have been called in as well to hold back any re-engage. Yijin.
Oh, PhD, very tanky in the back line.
PhD, he goes down though, and now the rest of VGA has arrived. CBL once again going down. Unfortunately, he might be a cute bear lover, but it's not going too well for him. And now Yoshino is in trouble. This isn't ideal here. Can he walk his way out of this one? They could if he survives long enough, which he definitely can. I think he's just delaying. And there's the turn straight onto Vit.
Yeah, there we
go.
Can
they deal out enough damage? Zin will be the first to fall, I think. Ooh, they're all still alive. Yoshino finally goes down. That orb will find the Varus. And on the other side, Zin finally going. Eventually. Come on, guys. Can we wrap this up?
He's touching
this up? Come on.
Zin! Holy moly. Zin! Oh my god, we got another one. Zin with the dancing shoes. That was insane.
He was tap dancing all over these nerds.
He broke Cardi's ankles so many times there. Oh man.
That was incredible. Slater in a 1v1 here against Django. Django flashing forward to get the third sweet spot and will stab him in the neck. And that's an easy kill.
It was the most useless cleanse I've ever seen. What the... Yeah, cleanse nothing there. Oh, we have a picture-in-picture. Something is going on.
PHT's a little bit caught here as this replay is rolling. See if they can find him. They should be able to, and that's an easy kill. And let's go to the replay.
Yeah, there we go. Carti is the initial kill gets over to CBL, but he also trades his life. Now Yoshino in a pretty interesting flank position. Sadly for him, his team is too far away, especially Slater is just in the top lane. So it's actually a 3v4 on the map. But look at Yoshino. I made the call on cast. He can turn this, and he's so tanky. Goes on top of Varus. Goes down, sadly, here, because Varus gets enough damage in.
Now
very close. Now, look at Zen. We need to look at the Zen. Dodged that one.
There is no dancing in this little 10 footloose, but
dodged that one. Dodged that one. Holy shit.
Oh, Zin.
That has to be clipped. That is such a highlight play. My God. Zin showing his mechanics and movement. Wow. Absolutely. That was insane. And Braum has a big model as well. Yeah. So you need to be very precise.
That was pretty fantastic. It didn't matter, of course, in the end, but it was very,
super cool
very
to watch,
fun.
Though.
Absolutely. And Zin's a damn good player. As PHT now, he might be in a bit of trouble as bang, that was a lot of spears getting ripped through him as he explodes.
He has no armor. That makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
He has no armor. Slater is actually not super strong, but he has no armor whatsoever. So
Slater's pretty strong. He's 2 items.
Yeah. Very interesting build for Slater as well. Yeah. Mirroring the enemy ADC's build. This is something that was played a lot last season.
Does that work? Does it apply to
it works.
Okay.
It does. It's still not the predominant build, because I think in most cases you want to go Runans to proc more spears in everyone to have more AoE damage. This one has a little bit better scaling. Does actually deal a lot of damage. You also get something a lot of people forget about Rage Blade. Gives you 15% penetration. Not flat penetration, actually percentage penetration. So it's a little bit like a Last Whisper. You can't actually build a Last Whisper now because it shares the same passive. So this gives her a lot of early penetration, and I would like to see flat penetration on top of that now to really pierce through all the armor on the other side.
So there is a bit of a rumble here in the mid lane. The cats have caught everyone, though.
Oh, Yoshino.
And that is the huge disengage. And look at that top side of your screen. As while this is going on, Baron has fallen and VGA was caught completely flat-footed on that one.
Yeah, Yoshino just stopped the whole passage of play for VGA there. VGA probably sniffed out a little bit, the Baron a little bit, but made the call, okay, we want to go for the fight, and then punish them for taking the greedy Baron, because the 2 that are on Baron can't reinforce. They are probably too low. So an interesting call to make for VGA, but sadly, Yoshino is big, and she just stood there, waited for them with open arms. Don't do that, by the way, right now. We'll keep away from other people. But he is a tree, so he can't get Corona. He can do that on the Rift. And he just stood there. The cats were sand, and the cats stopped everyone.
He can't get Corona.
I mean, it's true, right? He's also in a video game, so he's only a file.
What a sentence. He can't get Corona, but he can get ganked, as all of VGA has arrived down here. They're actually calling a teleport. They're backing that Yoshino can survive long enough here. Carti needs to play this safe. He's not tanking Yoshino. There's the big heal. He goes golden, and the rest of Flash has arrived. They can't focus Yoshino anymore because here's a Viking ripping up their backline, and it goes from a 5v1 gank to a 5v5 fight that Flash is going to win. This is an absolute disaster. What a massacre down in the bot lane. Zin, we've shown that he's got damn good legs, but he can still get knocked up and take it in. The triple kill has happened. Oh my lord. This game is DONE done.
Look at the gold totals at the top. 10k gold here, 22 minutes. It doesn't even matter. I think they will just end here.
This game actually just ends.
Yeah, which is up in 4 seconds. So
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
the towers are
if
falling.
he wants to die again,
Yeah,
the
Flash needs
cats
to
are
be
called
careful
though.
though. They don't want to waste all of your time on PHT here, but they do kill him. Vit
Oh,
is
Vit,
super
oh,
low.
no.
They're actually all respawning. The Flash health bars are a little bit low here. We need to see Slater really get some damage going and hit that Nexus. Don't screw around too much, Flash. We need to close this one out. All right, I think we are okay. They're a bit too low. The minions are on the Nexus. This should be Flash closing it out and taking a dominant 2-0 here. My God, they came to play.
Wow, what a series. What a short day, but what an exciting game day.
Yeah.
Flash looking honestly amazing. I think this was one of the best series they've played all season. They haven't really done 2-0 too often, and of course it's only VGA. So we have to definitely make the caveat that it's only VGA. It's a better VGA than in the start of the season, and some teams have struggled to win against VGA. Cuff, Cerberus, Cuff. But this was a demonstration. This was dominant. This was Scum levels of dominance, maybe even more than that. And they showed carry performances from almost every position. A little bit of a quieter day today for CBL, but he has shown his Blitzcrank and his Thresh presence before. So Kati stepping up huge time, Yoshino looking great on tanks, and Yijin having 2 cracker performances today.
Absolutely. I mean, you've got to think, like, Flash knows going into this one that they're probably going to win, right? They're the big favorites. But when you play like that, and as you said, that's the really important thing is everyone, except CBL, but CBL's already proven himself many times. Everyone came to play here and put on a show. You've got to think Flash is looking at Gum and saying, we can do that to you.
Absolutely.
Whether or not they really can, well, Gum's a very different beast to VGA, but that's the gauntlet that's being thrown as we're rapidly approaching playoffs.
And I said before this started that Flash can lock second place. I have to correct myself. That's actually not quite correct. Flash needs one more game victory at least. They are 7 games ahead of EVOS, but EVOS could technically still tie if Flash goes 0-4 and EVOS goes 4-0. They would actually need.
Doesn't Flash have the head-to-head?
Does Flash have the head-to-head? That's a good call.
I think they
need to check there.
I mean, we'll have to check whether or not it's mathematically impossible for
Flash to they lost against the EVOS the very first day, so they actually had 1-1 tie.
Okay, so. All right. So fair enough. So
there we go.
Mathematically, they could still drop to third. Realistically, Flash is locking second.
Yeah, they only need to win one more game, not even series, one more game to lock for the second place.
Yeah.
So there we go.
We have to pick an MVP for game 2 there. We're very hyped and running over it. There's a lot of candidates, but I think it's Yijin, but everyone played well.
Great game from everyone for Flash, but I think it has to be Yijin for his early game. He made Hope look like the retired player he is for the first time, honestly. Hope has surprised me when he came back in. He had one top lane performance where he already looked like a little bit of a washed up former pro, right? The Fiora game, where he picked himself Fiora last pick and then just shit the bed. But this game, or this whole series, Yijin had his number. He knew where he was. The first invade in game 1 just brought up the first solo kill, and then it didn't stop from there. He was permanently 3 levels ahead, had the full reign in the jungle. So I think it has to be Yijin.
Yep, I would 100% agree. I do just want to say how good a performance it was overall from all of Flash, though. So,
absolutely,
our playoffs race is still really hot. Number 1 and 2 are pretty much locked in. Number 3 and 4, though, that is super, super spicy. So we are done for this week, but don't miss our final week of the VCS Spring Split, because every other region, maybe other regions, I'd have to check in, maybe other regions have many more places locked in. The VCS, we're still very, very much deciding how our ladder's going to look and who's going to the postseason. So don't miss it.
And also, of course, keep an eye out, because next week will actually be a 4-game day. So we go back to the summer schedule, where we have 4 games, 4 days of matches. We have 2 series still for every team. So we will start on Thursday and go through to Sunday. So 4 games in a row VCS action. You can get hyped for that. Absolutely. We will match some of the other leagues in terms of games played. Yep. And there we go. This was a super exciting week. Can you believe that week 8 is already gone? We waited so long for this to happen. Now it's already done.
It feels like it's been months since week 7 was played, but week 8 absolutely flew by. Once the VCS was back, life returned to normal and time started flowing again. And I'm so happy the BCS is back. I love this league. I'm not going to sit here and say it's peak League of Legends. We see what we see, but I think it's one of the most fun regions in the world, and I wouldn't want to cast anywhere else. I hope everyone else out there has enjoyed it. If you'd like to join our community and talk shit with us, sort of keep yourself abreast about who might be playing well, what games are going to be really fun, do scroll down below the stream. There's a link to our Discord. It's run by a bunch of really passionate people. There's lots of very passionate fans. Do come join us. It's a lot of fun. There's also a Twitter you can follow. I think there's a Facebook page. I don't know why you'd use Facebook, but it exists. And yeah, there's also a couple links down there if you ever wanted to support us. Particularly, I hate to harp on it, coronavirus. It's not the easiest time in the world monetarily, at least for me. So if you do have any spare money, contributions are always appreciated, but never feel pressured. We would do this even if we were never ever going to make a cent. So thank you everyone for joining us. My name has been Everyday. With me has been Yulwei. We'll see you in about a week.
Yeah. See you on Thursday. It's actually only half a week, but
yeah, it's only
still,
a few days. Yeah.
Get ready for the last week of VCS and see you.
Absolutely. Good night, guys.